All right, good evening, everyone. This is the 7th GoldFire Studios Fireside chat. That's pretty crazy. I guess this is our 3rd month now. So sort of getting into the flow of it, but like we always say, if you got feedback, feel free to send it. We'd love to add any new things that you want to hear us talk about or show you or whatever it may be. So we can see the chat this time. We don't have to look at our phones. So that's good. Yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff's happened over the last 2 weeks. I guess a little less than 2 weeks since we last met. Obviously, we started the Kickstarter for Casino RPG a little over a week ago, and we hope you've been checking that out. We've got, about 20 days left on that. We're about third of the way. 35%, yeah, about a third of the way there. So still a ways to go, but it's definitely in reach with all of you all's help, spreading the word, and if you can, backing it. We got some awesome rewards lined up for that.
Yeah, we really need your help to make it a success. So keep on spreading the word and donating if you can.
Yep. And the response so far has been really awesome. I think we've got close to 1,000 Facebook likes and shares and comments on Facebook. Probably well over 100 tweets, and around 4,000 or 5,000 people have hit our Kickstarter page so far. So that's pretty exciting. We just need to keep that rolling. We finally, I know some of you are really excited about this, we finally got beer on Poker RPG, beer on the tables. And it's fake beer though, so for those of you concerned about rules violations, it's okay, it's just pixels. So, and of course, as all of you I'm sure are aware, we just like to mention Ella, who unfortunately passed away this past week. It's very sad news. She was a long-time member of the community, a great member of the community, and we're all sad to hear about that news. And but it's great to see the community really rally around the family and give all the support that they did. So that was great to see. You got anything?
No, nothing to add. I think we've had a few technical problems today, but
yeah,
so I guess we'll get to that part.
The video syncing. Can you all can hear us, right?
Yeah.
So we can see the chat.
Everybody can hear us.
The font color is a little hard to read, but all right. So we've got some stuff to show you with Casino RPG. Unfortunately, this little guy here, this is what we used to film the trailer, the footage on the trailer, and it was really awesome for that. It's a what is this, HD PVR2?
Yeah.
Pretty cool little device. You plug it in to the computer, and it's got basically a graphics card outside of your computer that'll record the video off your screen, so the gameplay footage. Worked great for the trailer. We plugged it in this afternoon to record the video for today's broadcast, and we got nothing. So,
well, we did get a green screen.
Yeah.
We got a nice big green screen.
Green ants all crawling across the screen.
Yeah.
So we'll have to be sending this back for replacement, and we had to use the trusty iPhone to film today's demo. So it won't be great quality, but at least we aren't holding a TV this time. So that's good news. So let's pull it up, and what we're showing you today is a little bit about character customization and some early footage of the slots. Okay, so what this is here, this is one of the city squares, and really the focus of this shot that we're about to play is the customization of the character. So we just this morning we got the new character art in. I don't know if you noticed in the trailer for the game, but that was not the actual
Yeah.
character art. We didn't have it finished yet.
One of the guys was actually from Half-Life 2, if you've ever played that game.
Yes, and Marty McFly was in there as well.
McFly.
He came back from the future. So we got a couple of the character models this morning. Stuck them in the game. So we're just going to show a little bit of that clothing changes and things like that. Some of the options you have. But keep in mind there'll be a lot more options than this once beta starts. So basically we're just a little guy walking around the square. I just became a woman. And
that is a feature too.
And so obviously we don't have very many clothing combinations. We've got 2 different combinations at the moment for male and female.
You can play that one.
Yeah, we'll just play it one more time. And but once the game is released, there will be hundreds of different combinations, and you can customize your skin color, hair, hairstyle and color, shoes, pants, and your top. And there'll be fun little creative outfits that you can get as well for your character. Anything to add on that?
Yeah, still working on that. Should be really cool once we release it. You'll be able to walk into your plaid, probably click on your closet, and change whatever clothes.
Okay, this is what Luke has been working on for a little while now, the slots. And so I'll let him talk about these slots a bit here.
Yeah, what you're about to see here is this is running a little bit slower. I'm not sure why. Yeah, this is running really. Oh yeah, you slowed it down. All right. Well, what you see right here is basically just kind of our test slot machine. I call it the hobo slot machine because it's a cardboard box with paper and just some symbols I found. But real slot machines are going to look different than this. This is just kind of the test slot machine. So it's basically a slot machine. It takes up to 9 rows right now, but you'll be able to use as many, or you'll be able to play as many rows as you can play in any kind of Vegas casino. And like I said, this is actually playing a lot slower than the slots will actually be playing. We just slowed down the actual video so you can see it.
Actually, I think we're just experiencing another technical difficulty.
Oh, are we? You didn't slow that down on purpose?
No, I didn't slow it down.
Okay, well we've had all kinds of technical difficulties today. But anyhow, this is kind of the process of playing the slots. Take your bet. You can choose your bet down in the left-hand corner and the rows in the right corner. You should see some really cool graphics here. We actually have our artists working on some much cooler graphics than a cardboard box that you see. But in a moment here, once this goes makes a couple runs very slowly, we should see a win. I think it'll be the grapes, 5 grapes.
Yeah,
5
so I'll
grapes in
just
a row.
say. This was me filming this, and apparently I'm very unlucky on slots, and I cut out about 2 minutes of this just trying to get to a win to show that to you all.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll have to tweak the odds a little bit so it's not quite so difficult to
I think
win.
Luke just skewed it against me.
That's the
just,
idea.
Just for the demo.
James logs in, I steal all his money.
It's okay.
But, so how many rules are we going to go through before we actually win here?
I think we're close.
We are
close.
We are close. Is it the next one?
I almost got. We might skip ahead. Let me check.
Try to skip ahead. Anyhow, the end of this, you'll get to see a nice, cool little animation when you win.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and we'll let us skip ahead, but we're almost there.
Anyhow, yeah, our chat window is down since we got the full screen video, so if anybody's screaming in frustration with the slow slots, we can't hear you, or we can't see you, so sorry about that.
And
we will in a minute.
The cool thing with these slots, if you ever played slot games like on Facebook right now, you just log in and you go to a slot machine. This one, in Casino RPG, you can actually walk up to slot machines inside people's casinos and play that slot machine, different themed slot machines, which makes it feel a lot more like you're actually in a casino, which is a pretty cool aspect.
Yeah, and once we win here, we'll get to see a cool little animation where your chips actually fly up to your amount.
I know what happened.
What happened?
I opened the wrong video.
This is not the right video.
This isn't the edited video.
This is the full video.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna have to sit through all those rules at half or a quarter speed.
Yeah. That's okay.
All right,
we're
guys.
almost there.
I promise we'll show you some more, some updated, lot cooler slot machines here very soon. This is actually not a very good demo of how awesome the slot machines actually look.
As soon as we get our new HD PVR2 by, what is this company? Hoppage.
About to get a win.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here's the win,
We got it.
finally. All right.
As soon as we get a new one of these,
And there's the chips.
We
You
can
get to
do
see your
a,
chips flying up.
we'll be able to do a better video.
There you go. And in the future, we'll have fireworks and big things in your face that say you won. It'll highlight the rows that you won and everything. So there'll be a lot of animations that go along with it that you didn't see there.
Okay. Quick scan of the chat. Let's see. Oh,
Not too much stuff.
all right. I guess you all could hear us. That's good. So that's our demo for today's show. Sorry the video quality couldn't be better. Normally we would have some sticky notes up here with our mailbag. Unfortunately, with all the scrambling with the technical difficulties, we ran out of time to set up the mailbag. Also, we got quite a bit fewer questions than the last show, so I'd just like to remind everyone, if you submit a question that gets into the mailbag, you get 25 gold for free, and we generally pick 5 questions. So if you submitted a question before this show, that's still going to go in the pool to draw from for the next show. So just keep on sending in those questions, and we're just going to jump into live Q&A right now. So if you've got any questions right now, we'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah.
Just hang out,
Sure.
and it doesn't have to be about the games. Just talk about whatever. We'll be happy to hang out with you guys now.
Oh, the fire's gone out. Good point.
Oh. And I'll try to read on this oddly colored chat background.
Yeah. Black one.
Fire's
gone out. We have.
I'm gonna scoot forward a bit. We definitely need this fire today because it is freezing.
It's like 20 degrees out.
Yeah, I don't know if it got it. I don't think it got above freezing today. Which I know for probably some of you that's like hot, but it got to 33. Oof. It's pretty warm out. I won't need my jacket.
It's a little bit better.
Let's see, are we good?
Got anybody? Any questions?
Unfortunately, we've got this
Taking all
20-second
questions?
delay. Actually, it's probably a 30-second delay. Oh yeah. What's the picture quality look like? Is it blurry like last time? We noticed we were recording on the last show at a pretty low quality, and we upped that. So I'm wondering if that fixed the issues. Good. See, we're spreading the warmth with our fire.
So when you win slots, what do you win? Just chips. I think we're actually planning a number of different things there. Slot machines won't be limited to just winning chips or casino points or whatever kind of slot machines you're playing. I think we're going to have a little bit of an experience structure to it, so you can actually level up on slots. That'll get you access to maybe more slot machines, maybe allow you to put more different types of slot machines in your casino. You'll be able to bet a greater number of rolls. You'll be able to, I don't know, what else? All kinds of different things.
And I mean, a big thing, and if anyone didn't notice, I guess you read the question, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't read. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the question was, so when you win slots, do you just win just chips? His answer, you can win a lot of other stuff as well.
So another big thing is not just with slots, but any gambling games, you win casino points doing those activities, which casino points are what you can spend on some premium things within the game. So it's not just chips. Maybe you lose a bunch of chips in a slot session, but you're still going to win casino points out of that.
Yeah, and I see. I haven't actually really talked. We haven't really talked a whole lot about that part, but I could foresee perhaps if you're a slot player and you played a lot of slots and you love slots and you level up really high, you might have access to a unique slot machine for your own casino that's kind of a high-tier slot machine. And so players that want to play that slot machine are going to have to come to your casino because you're kind of the slots king. I kind of
right, and that's
see things like that.
That's one of the advantages of playing the different aspects of the game, because you'll unlock certain areas, and if you build this amazing casino, you attract a lot more people because you have things in your casino and access to things that other people's casinos can't offer to their visitors. So it's all really connected. It's not just a slots game, it's not just a poker game, and it's not just a tycoon or an RPG. It all really blends together into a new type of game, which is, I think, one of the really intriguing aspects of casino RPG. As our fireplace reboots, quality is good. Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Excellent. I know we were a little fuzzy last time.
Yeah, it makes the computer run a little slower, but
Let's see here.
and the delay's a little longer, but I think it's okay.
Any other questions?
Let's see, how many people do we have in here?
We have 8. Fewer than last time, but
Low turnout.
yeah.
Where's everyone? The Kickstarter, you get casino points based on. Okay, so the question is about how in the Kickstarter, depending on the level that you back, you get casino points, and asking if we can tell more about how those things cost in the game and whatnot. So you can't, basically the way it's going to work is that casino points are sort of the premium currency within the game, and you earn those through doing certain activities, especially the gambling activities within the game, but it's at a fairly slow pace. So if you want to accumulate those more quickly, you can purchase those with your gold. And so, for example, and so the casino points are going to be pretty much on pace with the pricing of gold. It's not something separate that you buy. It's with the gold that you already have, you can convert into casino points very seamlessly. And that's what you're going to be able to use for a lot of different things. Maybe you want to get, a bigger and better casino, or not necessarily better, but in your eyes better looking than some of the other ones. You can purchase that with casino points. Now, anyone is able to earn those casino points, but it'll probably take you quite a bit longer to earn those just through playing slots or poker, to get that higher tiered item or access in the game. But again, the game is not going to be pay to win. It's a lot of the things are just vanity. A lot of the premium things. So you want a pirate costume for your player. Maybe that'll cost some casino points. And now the specific prices for certain items, that's still up for decisions down the road. But so we're not sure on those yet. And thanks, Nathan, for the question. With the goal of 20,000. So the question is, if we don't reach the goal, will it have an impact on BC Wars or Poker RPG? So the Kickstarter is being held, obviously, to raise the funds to finish the game, and that's what's basically financing GoldFire Studios, which is us, as you can see from Luke's shirt and our giant.
This is us,
Giant
GoldFire
banner.
Studios, in case you didn't realize.
Basically, it's just going to make things quite a bit more difficult moving forward, as obviously, you know, art, servers, this office, everything, it costs money to run these things and to develop games and to answer support tickets faster than we are right now, which I would love nothing more than to do that, which I think we've been doing a little better job lately. We got a new system for general GoldFire support, which has been working quite well. So if you have a general support issue for anything on the platform, you just need to send an email to support@goldfire.me, and it'll go to our central support hub. But again, still, if you have something specific like a bug on a poker table, you still want to submit that on Poker RPG or BC Wars. So the question is about, will it be like a furniture store that restocks on certain intervals? So Casino RPG will be set up a little differently. There might be some aspects of that in certain areas. That's not really decided yet either. But as far as like placing items, buying like slot machines inside your casino or decorations, things like that, generally you're always going to have access to those once you've unlocked them, and those won't be limited quantity things. What will be limited quantity, at least to an extent, are plots of land. And so that's what you'll have to go out and go to the real estate office and purchase as they become available. And so to the point of the reason the furniture store needs to be limited and happen every 30 minutes is because it is to limit those items within the game. And you know, it's just an economy-based thing. So if you could always buy those items, they would have no value, or they'd have the value that you buy them for in the furniture store. And in Casino RPG, you aren't going to be able to sell like a slot machine from your casino to someone else's casino. It's going to come from the general store. So the marketplace goes back to the plots of land, which is actually a pretty cool aspect. You could buy a plot of land, build up your casino, and then sell it to someone else that maybe doesn't want to go through the trouble of, or not trouble, but in their eyes, the trouble of building their casino and designing it.
So you can sell whole casinos, but you can't sell pieces of them. One of the inside items.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a simple way of looking at it.
So if you want to sell a slot machine, you're gonna have to build a casino, put a slot machine in it, and sell the land, the casino, and the slot machine. And there you go.
It's an interesting loophole. The real estate office will handle that one for us.
All right. Maybe they'll just do a fire sale on everything that's inside
Yeah.
when you sell the casino.
Burn it. Just disappear. No.
There's a good element. Insurance money in the mob expansion. You can burn down your own casino for the insurance money.
Unless you get caught, then you go to jail. You go to jail. Go to bank.
We do have a bank.
Bank robberies.
Hotel, apartments, bunch of other stuff. Let's see how many people
Casino
we have here.
GTA. I'd love to do the forms here.
Yoshi.
So the question is, about the GoldFire network. We moved the forums over there, and we'd love if you all would be using those and sending feedback. We've got a big list of improvements on the forum, so those will be coming hopefully over the next couple of days. And so the question is anything else going to be moved over there, specifically referring to the mailbox? So I can't remember if I feel like in one of the updates I mentioned the mailbox would eventually get moved to the platform. Sort of the idea being that the platform should be these non-game elements, a central hub for all of those, and a mailbox isn't really a game element. Yes, the mailbox will be getting integrated into the platform, into goldfire.me. When that's going to happen, I'm not sure specifically yet, but that will be happening.
I'll let you take your pick there.
All right, so the question is, will there be a pad? Yes and no, not in the same way, at least not to begin with. So to begin with, you'll have an apartment, which will sort of be like your hub when you log into the game. That's where you'll start out and then go out into the world, and that's where you'll customize your character, change your clothes, things like that. Eventually, this probably will not make it in before the end of beta for sure, but eventually we do have plans in the pipeline to have a customizable apartment or home as well, similar to how the customization of the casinos works.
Yeah, I think a little bit of the idea behind this, stop me if I'm wrong, if you're not on the same page, but I was thinking, like, since you start as a janitor in a casino, you're gonna have kind of a humble beginning, humble apartment. It's gonna be, we might start you in like kind of a cracker box apartment with like a bed and a stand and a bathroom. And as you go on, you get richer. You might upgrade your suite, and eventually you might be able to own maybe even a penthouse. The penthouses that you see in the movies with waterfalls in the background, like indoor waterfalls and all that kind of stuff. So but that's only when you reach the really upper tiers.
Yeah, and so I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can do down the line that we would love to do.
And that's true.
But so yeah, I mean, eventually the plan again is just depending on how things go, but is to have customizations, and there'll be a lot of cool stuff like that, and even more potentially. You can invite your friends over to your house or apartment, and throw parties, things like that, and so it'll be a lot more interactive than the pads are on Poker RPG and the caves on BC Wars right now, because again, you'll see your friends inside. They can actually come and visit and do things in there. But again, that's something down the road. Just to start off with, it'll just sort of be your hub without customization. But sort of the image you see will probably change as you advance your career, or whatever you want to call it.
Anything else?
Any questions? We're happy to answer anything or discuss with you all anything you feel like talking about. Especially since we dropped the ball in the mailbag today. We'll have an extra special mailbag next time. Oh, yeah, I want to mention, I almost forgot about this. The next show 2 weeks from now is a little bit up in the air right now. We might have to move it by a day. So we may be out of town during the regularly scheduled broadcast time. So just be on the lookout for an update on that. If you follow us on our live stream channel, I'm pretty sure you'll get an email when we schedule the next show. But we'll also be posting on on the forums, on goldfire.me/forums, on the Facebook pages and Twitter. So just be sure to check the outlets and see when the next show is going to be, if it's not at the regular time.
We'd film from the road if we can, because there's actually a live stream app, but we're not really sure how the towers in South Oklahoma will be.
I feel like we'd probably drop the signal like
yeah.
5 times in the middle of the broadcast. Could be an interesting show though.
Oh no, Himmy! I guess we missed Himmy. Himmy, you can watch the video afterwards if you want.
Live stream's cool actually. It'll post it within a couple minutes of the end of the broadcast, so you can go back and check it out.
Looks like Himmy even had a mailbag question.
Yeah, Himmy. So we missed the mailbag this time. So if you submitted a question, if anyone missed this, it's going to get rolled into the next show, and so you'll still have your chance to get your free 25 gold. And please keep on submitting questions for the next show as well. I assume this is Clump. Is that the username? I believe I got an email from him a little earlier today on our new support system. So if I don't know if I've gotten a response from him yet. I haven't checked here in about an hour. So I'll check that again after the broadcast, and if he hasn't replied yet, just let him know to shoot me a reply on there, and get it taken care of. Not a problem. That last message, it's a little garbled. I can't read that.
Oh, our flyers. I'm going to show off our flyers.
Does anyone want any flyers? We can pass them to you through the webcam. If anyone local wants to hand out flyers for us, that'd be awesome. I'll send you the file. Or you can swing by the office and we'll give you some.
Yeah, if Josh happens to be on, I know you're there watching, Josh. You should pass out some for us.
My haircut. Yeah, they sort of messed it up, but at least I can see now. The hair was getting like down in front of my eyes. What ticket system do you guys using? Okay, so Nathan, yeah. Nathan asked, what ticket system do we use in our coding process? I don't know if you mean bug tickets or
project workflow.
Yeah, or project management. For our workflow project management, we actually used Asana for about a week, and then we switched to Agile. So we're using Agile Zen right now, which has been great. As far as like bugs and things of that nature, right now, I mean, we're just like
new help desk though.
Support system. So for support tickets, which I don't think is what he's talking about, but we'll just give a shout out to Help Scout for our email support, which has been awesome. It aggregates everything, which makes it a lot easier to manage. Yeah, so we use Agile Zen, and then for all our code, we're using GitHub.
Thumbs up for GitHub. Yes, absolutely.
But so right now, I mean, tracking bugs, it's like look over my monitor and like, hey, there's a bug, and we fix it.
Yeah, you don't need a super advanced support process when you got two people.
But so I mean, we'll stick tickets in Agile Zen for things like that as well.
Yeah. In the future, I definitely foresee a more complex support system as we add people to the company. Specifications. Yeah. So I think that's what.
Yeah, I think he'll see our answer here in about 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah. Keep in mind, whatever we're saying right now to you,
Yeah,
we said probably about 20, 30 seconds
We are
ago.
in the future right now. So keep that in mind. This is good. I like this technical question. It would come from Nathan, though, so makes sense.
Those are good
He's a
questions.
very technical guy. Zero calories.
That's good. Any other questions? Anything about Casino RPG? Any more technical questions?
Yeah, Kickstarter questions.
Feedback? Any feedback on Kickstarter? Anything you'd like to see on Kickstarter? We're welcome to take any suggestions. Like, if you hit that Kickstarter page and be like, well, I want to donate, but I'd rather see this, or I want this question answered, or I'd like this in game, and that's kind of your reasoning for not donating yet, let us know.
Yeah, we'd sort of like to get some feedback. If you've been thinking about backing but haven't, we'd love to know what we can do to change that. What's holding you back? I guess what can we do better? What specs are the servers? So the question is, what specs are the server for Casino RPG? So we're actually not using dedicated hosting. Actually, all of our sites now are completely moved over to the cloud, and so we're using joint cloud hosting. So it's pretty cool because we just start at one instance, one server instance, which is just a little slice of a server, basically, and then we can just scale that up. So in early beta testing, it'll just be one instance. Well, an instance for the node server and an instance for the database, and then all the static files, the game files itself, will be stored on a CDN.
That about covers it.
Yes, the question is, will we do a questionnaire about the close on the Kickstarter? So the way Kickstarter works is, once a project is successfully funded and the time ends, we then are able to send out a survey to everyone who backed, and it'll let you fill in like which t-shirt you want if you backed at the t-shirt level, and what size, things like that. So you'll be able to specify everything before anything gets shipped out. That's how we'll get your shipping address, actually, is you'll get the survey and then and send over the information that we need. So Himmy's question, we actually sort of answered a little earlier about if we don't reach the goal. Basically the reason we're doing the Kickstarter, I'll just, sorry if you heard the answer already, is to get the funds to finish the game and to continue what we're doing at the high quality level that we want to. So if we don't reach the Kickstarter goal, that's just going to make things a lot more difficult to get to where we want to go.
I think it's going to really, I think the biggest impact that it'll have is content at launch, because a lot of the Kickstarter money we want to use is going to go towards paying our artists to produce more assets, so more sets of clothes, more in-casino items, more outdoor items, and I think that's where the impact will be seen most, is on Casino RPG launch. We won't have the money to produce the wide range of assets we'd like at launch.
Right, and plus, I mean, it's all Poker RPG, BC Wars, Casino RPG. It's all connected. It's under the GoldFire Studios name, and that goes to fund the operation here, which there's a lot of inputs into what we're working on, and it costs money to do all of those things. So because of that, it is important that we reach our Kickstarter goal.
Yeah, we've been putting a lot of work into promoting it too. So
Cindy, you are welcome for the beer. I hope it tastes good.
If we could mail you one, if that was legal in Oklahoma, we'd mail you one too. We could make that a Kickstarter reward.
The question is there somewhere people that can donate that don't have a card for the Kickstarter? So, yeah, unfortunately, the way Kickstarter is set up, it can only do credit card through Amazon. And one of the options we do have is to take PayPal or other forms of payment directly. However, we can only do that once we're very close to reaching the Kickstarter goal, because that money doesn't go towards getting us to that goal. And so if we accept money outside of the Kickstarter and then don't reach the goal, then we aren't able to pay for those like the t-shirts and things like that, because we can't make the bulk order needed to make that cost effective. But so as we get close to that goal, hopefully we will we'll announce an external option to do that through PayPal or other methods.
Any other questions? Any other comments on Kickstarter especially? I'd like to hear as much feedback about the Kickstarter as possible.
Yeah, are there people that are planning on backing and just waiting till the end of the month or for whatever reason? Just sort of like to gauge what the interest is in the Kickstarter, essentially. See where we're at. Yeah, I saw that tweet to Doyle. I guess he didn't tweet it back, unfortunately.
It's a good tweet, Go. Thank you for giving it a shot. That would have been a pretty big one if he'd retweeted it.
Uh-oh. Receiving a call.
Should take it? Brad Fell takes it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Hello? Hey, I'm live on air. All around the world on the internet. So. Okay, bye. I think it's really representative. Thank you. Representative.
Thank you.
Not really sure. It's hard to basically we aren't really given a lot of information about who the backers are. We basically get a name when someone backs, which obviously usually does not correlate with a username, so it's hard to match that up. Are many new potential players backing? We've definitely gotten some. Hope that continues. And we're trying hard to get some more press coverage. We've gotten a couple blog posts, things like that, and hope to continue to spread the word. I know there's been a lot of people that have signed up for the email list on casinorpg.com. So there's definitely a lot of outside interest from that, which is good to see.
Yeah, we've actually seen a lot of interest that's not even people that have donated to the Kickstarter. Because when we actually went to Reddit and started promoting it on Reddit, and there's actually a real interesting thread because it was on R Poker, and like the vast majority of people that posted were really excited about the game. And I think a couple were like, well, I can't donate, but I'm really excited about the game. So we've seen a lot of interest in the game. But right now, I guess the important part is converting those to actual backers, which we're still working on.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize that it's not a donation, because you're getting equal value in return.
Actually,
well, yeah, you're this is an opportunity you wouldn't get outside of a Kickstarter. Like, we won't be offering these things outside of the Kickstarter.
Exclusive backer medal. I think the reward tiers, the in-game rewards, are greater than the value you're paying into the game. So they'll be actually more expensive after the Kickstarter. They'll be the normal price. Right now, we're kind of giving them at a discount in
yeah, and we're planning, as we get closer to that goal, we're planning on adding some exclusive items, exclusive to the Kickstarter campaign, like things within your casino or whatnot. And as we get the art for that, we'll get closer to announcing what those are. But yeah, there's still some cool stuff in the pipeline for sure.
Could the chat be moved to Friday or Saturday? For lots of people that are currently handling in Europe, for example, like me, it's the middle of the night. There would be a problem staying up this late. Ooh. We could...
yeah, unfortunately, it's tough pretty much any time you do it. If it's earlier in the day, there's a big group of people that can't do it. If it's on the weekend, there's a group of people that can't do it. But what we will do is I'll add a poll onto the forums with a bunch of different times, and we'll have a vote and see where the majority of people want to have the time at, and if people want it moved, then we'll be happy to accommodate that.
Might have to, but we party on the weekends. We might have a bunch of people over at the office.
Yeah, I know general activity on the internet drops a good amount on the weekends.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll do a poll. So, go check out the new forums, and I'll have that up later tonight. In the, I guess we'll put it in the off-topic forum. Well, any more questions? We don't want to make this run too long. It's usually our cutoff point here.
So is it? Oh, we're almost coming up on 7 here.
If there's any final questions, we'll sit here and wait about 20-30 seconds, see if there's any other questions, and if not, we'll remember to watch the social channels, follow us on live stream, and you'll get a notification just in case the next show changes date or time.
And if you think of any Kickstarter suggestions or recommendations or thoughts or feelings or anything like that between now and the next one, feel free to email us, put it in the mailbag, or just send us the feedback.
Again, support at goldfire.me for general stuff aggregates it and makes it a lot easier for us to keep track of.
If we run into anything that we wanted to do with the game that you couldn't because of a limitation in HTML5 and Node.js.
Where is this?
Yeah, this is from Nathan.
Okay.
I think right now the biggest limitation of HTML5 and Node.js is there are new technologies, and so you run into like performance issues that you wouldn't using kind of stuff that's a little more established. So actually it's just more of a development cost, I think, to really get things working efficiently that you wouldn't have to in maybe Unity or another player. But those problems are going to just kind of plummet over time.
Yeah, I mean,
everything.
Yeah, performance and even between iterations, small iterations in the browsers, we see bumps in performance.
Yeah, Chrome had an update just recently, and we just frame rate jumped up.
So things are moving along at a fast pace. We're starting to see other game companies sort of move into the space, but I feel like we're still really on the cutting edge of it, and I'd say when we launch Casino RPG, it's going to be one of, if not the most advanced HTML5 games that'll currently be on the market. So that'll be something cool.
I guess one limitation is 3D like full WebGL 3D graphics, but I mean Casino RPG isn't meant to have to require serious 3D performance. So, or
Yeah,
actually,
and the art is 3D. It's just it's pre-rendered. You can rotate things, but it's they're images.
yeah, actually everything you see in game actually has a 3D asset, fully rotatable 3D asset. So when we do Casino RPG 3D in 5 years, just import all those.
All right. Well, if you have any other questions, or if you think of anything else, please submit it to the Fireside Chat question form, which again is goldfirestudios.com/fireside chat. And there's 25 gold up for grabs for at least 5 people if your question gets chosen for the next show, and we'll be sure to have a mailbag next time. So thanks for joining us tonight. It was fun answering all of your questions, and hopefully we've got our new recording device for the gameplay by the next show, so we can have a little better quality footage. But so everyone have a good night / morning, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Thanks for all the questions, Penn, by the way.